Hey guys, welcome to a new YouTube video. And in today's video, we're gonna be breaking down this whole 13-minute video with Chris, how to never run out of things to say to a girl. The title seems really intriguing because this is like a common thing that most guys go through, and they don't know what to say. They know what to say in the beginning and introduce themselves, but like they don't know what to say after that. And I haven't seen his games, I haven't seen his videos, so let's see how it works. See how the video is.
Hey, twin.
Oh, that's good. Hey, twin. That's good. That's playful.
If you don't like me, just say that, twin. I like.
Uh, he needs more. Say, hey, if you don't like me, just say that. It sounds playful, but he needed more. He needed How can you say it? He didn't sound too confident. That's what I'm trying to say. He didn't sound comfortable.
I kind of like you because we're the same phenotype.
Like same like skin color?
Well, it's not even about skin color. We're the same like kind of archetype of person, you know?
Like
So he's just making up. Right now, I'm assuming that they're just talking. They're just having a regular conversation. He's making something up. That's decent. She's right now. I don't know if she's really interested right now. She's intrigued, but not really interested because I bet she's thinking like, damn, he's asking some weird questions, but I'm intrigued.
skin color.
Bro, you're lighter than me. It's not what it is. Like, you're mixed, I'm mixed. We're both mutts. The difference
He's just kind of good. Let's see what he says.
between you approaching that girl that could be your future wife or walking past her with your hands in your pockets is literally a matter of knowing what to say. Do you use some obscure line that you got from Reddit back in 2006? Do you use some rehearsed opener you saw on TikTok? Or do you actually approach naturally, confidently, in a social manner, using
I could tell right away he's like the more natural approach because how his lines earlier, it was random. I kind of do the same thing. I'm not gonna lie, but the thing is that the hard part is you gotta create that tension, But I'm not bashing lines. Yeah, you don't want to rely on lines like pickup lines and whatever, right? Um, that's only for beginners. If you're beginning, like maybe use that just for confidence boots or confidence or whatever, right? But usually over time, you just want to use your own lines or make up a line on the spot or whatever you see, whatever the first thing that whatever pops up in your mind, say it basically, and that's really hard to train yourself to say something like that.
proven conversational techniques that will allow you to easily open that interaction and easily carry conversation without freezing up and making it awkward.
Okay.
Well, luckily for you, today I'm going to show you the 4 conversational techniques I use to speak forever. If you're analytical, if you're always in your head, if you've ever been mid-conversation with the girl and everything was going well and then blank, no words coming out of your mouth, you have no idea what to say and the conversation just dies and it's awkward. These conversational techniques that I'm about to give you will make sure that that never happens again. And look,
um Never happens again. I'm not gonna lie. There's no such thing as the golden apple, guys. Like there's gonna be instances. It's gonna make you less things to run out. But let's say you run out of things, right? You could just say like, "Damn, I just ran out of things because how beautiful your eyes are," or "I just ran out of things because I just use every vocabulary in the dictionary that I had in my brain right now," like something like that. What the fuck? I just made that up. But you could be honest too about, if you're talking to a girl, like if you run out of things, just honesty could be the best thing. But there's no such thing as you never run out of things because now it creates that pressure on you, thinking like if something goes wrong, it's because it was your fault. Well, it kind of is, but like not really. It's normal. If something goes bad, it's okay. You gotta have that positive mindset. And using this term like it will never happen, sometimes people take that the wrong way, take it as a negative way if something goes. So it's usually, I tell people, it's all about the mindset first. After you have the right mindset, that's when you can start doing these technical plays or these techniques.
I was just gonna gatekeep this information for my clients, but it felt like I was doing the world a disservice not putting it out there. Here's what actually happens to analytical, successful men, okay? You can go into a boardroom, riff for 45 minutes about a topic you were barely prepared for, and it's effortless. It feels like nothing. But then for some reason, when it comes to talking to that girl that you actually find attractive, your brain's running a quality control check. Is this interesting enough to say? Is this too far? Am I going to step on toes here? And by the time you've ran that internal control check, she's already ejected from the conversation. She got bored and she left. And look, that's not a you problem. Don't take it personally. It's a presence problem, okay?
But that's the same thing. It's not a you problem, it's a present problem. I kind of yeah, you have to be the positive mindset. um Even though it's your problem, like let's say if I talk to a girl, go up to her, she's not interested, or I get blown out, right? I'm like, okay, that's fine. In my mind, I'm like, okay, first you gotta analyze yourself. Did I did something wrong, or was she just actually being a dick, or a bitch? And once you notice, like, nah, she was like overreacting. Maybe sometimes people have bad days. Sometimes they react negatively, or they don't want to talk to you, and it's not personal. So just don't take it that personal, and yeah. See, I forgot something. You can say it. See,
The issue is that you're too far in here and not enough out here. You're not present enough to actually observe what's going on.
okay, he's true. You got to be present, and this is people say how do I be present, and this is it's kind of complicated, but let's see what he says.
And make the right observations about her and the interaction. And with these conversational techniques, I promise you, this is never going to happen again, okay? And the best thing about this is you don't need to be interesting, you don't need to be clever, you don't need to be funny to make these techniques work. So let's just stop all the yapping and get
I don't know. I don't know. You don't need to be fun. I don't know these terms like. Okay, if you be president, I mean president. If you be present, those things naturally happen. That's more like it.
into it. Technique number one, observations. And this is the simplest thing you can do. Instead of asking the same robotic, monotonous questions to every single girl, where are you from? What do you do for work? What's your background? Just be present in the moment and spontaneously notice what you observe. You look like you have a complicated hair routine. You look
Okay, so what he didn't say. Okay, yeah, absurd, right? But also you gotta assume the absurd. So yeah, okay, you're going. Okay, you see a woman, crazy haircut, right? And you could say, oh yeah, you have a crazy haircut, or you could say like, damn, bad haircut, or like bad hair day, or like what he said right now.
spontaneously notice what you observe. You look like you have a complicated hair routine.
Yeah, it looks like you have a complicated hair routine. You could say so observe, but then assume crazy shit. Something that's related, but like over the top, basically. And that makes the conversation more interesting, or the questions more interesting, or the comment more interesting.
You look like you're from Greece. It's a lot more engaging than asking the same questions that she hears from every other guy. Observations work so well because it shows you're present. You're not stuck in your head, you're out in your body. You're actually paying attention to her. And because of the online era of dating and nobody really going out and socializing, this makes you a 1% man of sorts.
That's true. Makes you 1% a man. Because most people they don't even cold approach. They don't even cold approach. So if you really want to get good, you got to start cold approaching.
You're actually out in the real world. You can pay attention to who you're talking to. Here's an example.
You look like someone, I don't know who.
That sounds like you look like someone I don't know who. Okay, let me give you something. I don't know if he said that genuinely, or because sometimes if you say genuinely like during that moment, okay, that's cool, right? But sometimes what people get wrong, like, yeah, I wanna say it, but I'll be more present, and then they have like a line in their back, like they have like, damn, I want to say this, or like, they have like a little line in the back of their mind, and it's kind of complicated though to be present, and that's why sometimes the lines do help. Having a pickup line sometimes in the beginning, right? Do like does help just to ease, break off the ice or make you a little bit more confident or whatever, right? And the rest is up to you. Is you gotta be naturally, But let's see what he says. You look familiar.
You know that girl that's like Friday, Friday.
Okay, yeah, it was pretty good. So it was genuine. Okay, start laughing like Friday, Friday. Now they're laughing. Now he has to okay, I don't know if he's gonna show the whole clip, but let's see.
Like Rebecca Black, but like a modern day, a modern day Rebecca.
Say not good. It's modern day. She says this is what I'll do. If I was him like modern day and she's like that's not good, that's not good, I'll just look at the friend and just start talking to the friend. And then once he started talking to the friend, she'll just forget about she'll just pretend like she'll say like, "Oh, it's not that bad, really," and she's gonna change her mind.
Black.
And if you keep going playing her game, if you keep playing her game, you're making her more self-conscious. Like, yeah, this is bad. This is bad. You switch to the friend. You start talking, or having a talking to the friend. This friend right here is gonna be left outside and is gonna start thinking like, damn, I kind of took it too serious, and then and forget about the negative little, even though it's not really negative. Yeah, they might be a little bit playful, but like
So as you can see, I'm just making a statement about
But yeah, he was just making a point right here about a statement.
what I'm noticing. Because again, girls aren't used to being seen, but everyone wants to be
Seen in public, not seen, but like hit on, I guess you could say, in public the right way, I guess you could say. Because I guarantee their social media is blowing up and they don't even talk like, bro. Like, tell you the truth, women in person and women in social media, they're two completely different people. They like have like a double life. Like, it's not even, they have like secret identities, like different identities. Like, I'm like, damn. But yeah.
seen. So how do we actually implement this? Well, it's simple. You don't need to start by making observations on random women. Look around. Get out of your head. What does the environment look like today? What do you notice about that building? What do you notice about that guy that walked by, that girl that walked by?
This is actually
Start making these observations. Get out of your head.
yeah, this is pretty good because most of the time we as people, we go walking, we see this one person, and then we kind of make a little judgment, but in our head, and then we don't say nothing. And once you get older, it becomes so useful that we don't even start judging people that much. Or sometimes we do. We judge them for that quick second inside our head, of course, because we already know if you say it out loud, we're gonna be like outcasted or it's not the appropriate way, right? Um, and then but we say in our head for a couple seconds and then we just forget about it or something like that, right? And the whole point where we're trying to retrain our brain is whatever the first thing that pops up in your mind, say it. Of course, try to be positive and all this other stuff, but like, don't say like some bad word. Like, I'm not saying bad words, but don't say like some negative ass shit or some negging or whatever, right? But like, have character, but like, say whatever the first thing that pops up in your mind, and then just say it. And I think that when we were kids, we used to like, people grew up and not say because they'll get hit and whatever. We're now adults. We kind of know what's right and wrong. So we got to train our brain to say what's in our top of our head, or the first thing that pops up. And this is the hard process to train your brain. You could say like, damn, these lights are pretty cool. There would be like, if you're talking to women around, so I'm like, damn, these lights are pretty good lit. Like, we should have like influencers right here, one by one, live streaming. Like, I just barely thought about that right now. Or like, damn, the church right here. We have all these influencers, and then we go to church after we do a meeting in this influencers because a lot of influencers these days they're not they're satanic, so we got to train the new generation to go right here and like this is like a regular conversation that could be, just because I'm seeing the surroundings right here.
Maybe make them out loud if you're confident enough to do so. The whole point is that you need to train your brain to observe and take in what's going around and be present.
That's true. That's totally true. This is like one of the hardest part because we have to untrain our brain and train it again.
Instead of being in your head thinking, what should I say next? Technique number 2, assumptions. And this is the one that personally changed everything for me.
Yeah, this assumptions make the interaction really interesting.
Okay, so instead of asking a generic question, assuming the answer. And a lot of guys are scared to do this. They don't want to step on toes, but I'm going to explain why stepping on toes is the most productive, beautiful thing you can do in conversation with a woman, okay? When you ask someone, where are you from? You could instead assume, right? You look like you're from Spain. It's something about your hips, right?
What the fuck? Yeah, the assumption, yeah, a lot of people did like, damn, I don't want to step on people's toes. Reality, I think once you get to a level, like sometimes like it doesn't even feel like an assumption. It feels like I'm like asking like a genuine question. If it feels like I'm asking a genuine question and the other person like thinks like he just said that, can't believe he just said that, but he said it so innocently, so so confident that he didn't actually mean it that way. He actually mean, and then they'll start answering the question. If you ask a woman like, depending, right, you could say like, dang, you're fat. Or like you could say, dang, you're fat. And then they might take it the wrong way because of the tone and the voice and all this other stuff, right? And it doesn't feel like I had good intentions behind that when I said that. But I said like, damn, you're fat. You're actually thick. Like you could, if you say that like that thing, they might not think like, damn. They might in their mind like, damn, I can't believe he called me fat. But he said it so confidently and not negatively, and of course, subconsciously they say like, damn, the tone, it looked like he was more playful, more, it's actually a compliment, and they'll like it. There's some other stuff, but like assumption, when I usually do assumptions, it's always comes from a positive place.
Now, what's the viability when it comes to these assumptions? Well, a question puts her on the spot typically. There's pressure, she has to answer. An assumption, you're making it fun, okay? She's either going to confirm, deny, or elaborate on your assumption. And the best part is that either way, any of these responses typically furthers the conversation, even if you get the assumption wrong, which is actually awesome. You can make a wrong assumption. That playfulness that gets.
Yeah, you could, like if you said, "Dang, you look like you're from a person from Spain that talks like a little accents or whatever." He starts speaking Spanish, and then she said, "No, I'm not from Spain. I'm from actually from Mexico." I'm like, "Really? I thought you were from Spain." Like with the beauty standards in Spain, and you look kind of like white. You didn't look Mexican. Mexican are a little bit more darker, but I guess you're the golden one. I bet you get all the like whatever, right? You start, even though it doesn't go well, the assumption, you can still start having other assumptions too about like, damn, I bet you get a lot of attention over there or something like that, right? But yeah, just keep going. Oh shit, what the fuck?
It's created when you make a wrong assumption is going to create tension in the conversation. If you get friend zoned all the time, if all your conversations are boring, this could be the one tip that you need to make your conversations much more engaging, okay? Because now there's a pushback, now there's a flirting kind of aura going around, okay? So let me show you what these assumptions actually look like.
You speak English?
Yes.
Okay. Yo hablo
Okay, speaking.
un poquito español.
Well, shut your gay ass up, bro. I bet you speak a whole bunch of Spanish. See what she says.
I do. I'm not Spanish.
Oh, I'm fuck.
Wait, what? Wait.
Yo hablo.
Wait. She doesn't
Now
speak
there's a
Spanish.
flirting
Wait.
kind of aura going around, okay? So let me show you what these assumptions actually look like.
You speak English?
Yes.
Okay. Yo
Okay.
hablo un poquito español.
Okay, that's a pretty funny joke. This sounds I'm not gonna lie, these sounds like pickup lines, I'm not gonna lie. Because why would you say that line, or I don't know. I might be. It might be genuinely. Maybe he said that right in the pocket. First thing that popped up in his mind. I don't think he's the same guy as a different guy. But this is like a cool joke. You could do like cool, like playful jokes. Like he asked her, "Oh, you speak English?" He said, "Yeah," and he started speaking another language.
I do. I'm not Spanish.
I assume she spoke Spanish. What do you mean you assume she spoke Spanish? She just said she speaks English.
Oh, I'm fucking racist.
I'm fucking racist. He said it too seriously though. It was too serious. You gotta be more joking. The tone is the tone that kind of messed them up right there. They start laughing like ha 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 ha.
I'm racist. What are
I'm
you?
not Spanish. I'm Algerian.
Algerian. I don't know anything in that language. You're
No, like if I'm Algerian, really Algerian. How's that accent or how you talk? Say something. Say I love you in Nigerian. Say something beautiful. Like start singing a song. Like I might get a Nigerian wife one day, or one day. Maybe that's today. Bro, making this shit up on top of my head, bro. Okay. Let's see what he does. I think this is one of his students.
gonna have to teach me. So as you
You gotta teach me. That's usually a close. I'm not gonna lie. You gotta teach me. You gotta create more tension. Why would she teach you though? That's like basically saying like, "What's your number?" Oh, you gotta teach me. Kind of right, but you gotta create more tension before you go that deep. Oh yeah, you gotta teach me.
see in this video, I was wrong.
Oh,
I
that's
made a
him.
wrong assumption, but it
Never mind. He looked kind of different. I thought he was okay.
still worked. She laughed, I laughed, and we had a good conversation tangenting from that assumption that I made, okay? And here's the thing, the analytical brain wants to be right. You're used to being right. You're used to gathering enough information to form a hypothesis that is right. But the truth is, it's better to be confidently wrong than cautiously, unconfidently right. You need to kill that instinct of always being right and just get used to being wrong confidently, okay?
That's completely true. You gotta whatever scenario. If you lose, it doesn't matter. It's this is how I see it. If anything goes wrong, whatever happens, I'm always winning. Even though it doesn't go my way, I'm always winning because it's another opportunity for me to be better. I can't lose. So it's a learning experience.
Okay, so go implement this technique and let's move on to the third technique. Technique number 3, improvise statements. Now, this one's gonna feel uncomfortable. Good, okay? So an improvised statement is when you start a sentence without knowing where that sentence is gonna go. You don't know how that sentence is gonna end. And this is one of the most
I actually use this. I actually use this technique. I think me and him we're not too different in the styles. I'm not gonna lie. I was trying to do. I was the other day. I was trying to learn this other style, and it's more superior than my style. But I kind of toned it down. Like, nah, I think I kind of like my style. But yeah, this might be a little bit too much. This might be a little bit too risky because you might sound if you do this, you might sound too beggy, too needy.
high leverage things that you can do to truly demonstrate that you are a confident man, not only to her, but to yourself. So, for example, saying to a girl mid conversation, there's something about you that I just can't figure out.
See, I knew it. See, I knew what style he was gonna do. Yeah, you gotta watch out with this because you might come out as too, yeah, like I told you, too needy or too much compliments.
Or, I really want to know this about you. Or, there's something about you that kind of scares me. You don't know where that conversation is going. You don't know what the end of it is, but you started it. And the thing is that by the time she says, what? Your brain fills in the gaps. You trust your brain to just carry on that sentence and make a improvised statement. Okay, now why is this such high leverage? Why is this so broken? Because it's the most presence inducing thing that you can do. You need to be present to do something like this. And why is this so good from her angle? Because she can tell that this didn't just come from your notes app, right? This came straight from your brain. It was generated in the moment. Now,
Yeah, that's like right away. Like not I'm not saying right away, but that's when you start. That whatever pops up in your mind, you have to like portray it, whatever, right? Whatever line that you said, it came out right there. There was no scripted before. There was no, you know.
Think from an evolutionary lens. Why is this so attractive? Because your ancestors had to be present, okay? If you were out fucking getting food for your family, you were out like hunting, you had to be present. You had to see any threats that were going on. You had to see, you know, if you were gonna die, okay? That's a very attractive trait, to be present. And if you're not present and you're in your head, it's like, how are you gonna survive in the real world? So
Yeah, I saw this other video that said that, you know, like back in caveman days or back in, you know, when people were hunting and gathering, a woman has to be certain that a man is gonna, you know, provide, you know, back in the day, right? And, you know, help them feed. And usually it's with body language, right? If a woman doesn't see you, if the woman sees you like hesitant, like falling down, looking down, whatever, her biological instinct back in the caveman days activates and automatically tells her subconsciously, of course, like, oh yeah, this guy's not it. So it's like kind of like caveman. You gotta be confident, like, oh yeah, shit, you know.
although we don't go out and necessarily hunt anymore, these traits are still attractive. Women still select for these traits. So here's an example of me using a spontaneous improvised statement.
Listen, listen, listen.
Listen. Huh. Let's see how this goes. Well, he showed the clip, so it means it went good, but
You
I had no idea what I was going to say after.
like poutine.
Yeah, I knew it. When he said listen. When someone says that, I kind of knew he didn't know what to say. Okay, let's go back.
This improvised statement.
Listen, listen, listen. You like poutine for sure. You like poutine.
I like what?
Poutine. No?
You're wrong.
You just like smoke? Okay. Is that weed or is it like a cig?
Yes.
Is that weed or is that it's average?
Your eyes are like this. I feel like it's weird.
The analytical
You know what I've done right there? He talked to that one. Okay, let's go back.
Cig.
Yes.
Your eyes are like this. I feel like it's weird.
I think he kind of gave him a chance because he kind of looked attractive. I'm not gonna lie, but his game was kind of weak in entering. He didn't sound. Even though he said the lines, it was not really spectacular. With these women, to tell you the truth, if there's a group of women, I'll bring up the hype. I'm like, hey. I try and hype them up and try to introduce myself to every friend. And you see this friend, right? This is you gotta make her like laugh or make her smile, because her body language. Even though you're talking to the friend right here, right, with the boots, this one, she might be laughing and maybe somewhat interested. But if once she sees her friend that's negative, it's gonna affect her. Even though it's not really bad. Negative traits. Okay, what's the saying? If you become friends with negative people, you're gonna be negative. If you become friends with positive people, you're gonna be positive. But to do that, as a guy, you gotta include everybody in, so they could be smiling and interactive, and and also bonus points because you make the friends laugh. Most likely, they're gonna like you more because you made the friend group. The friend group likes you.
The analytical man's worst nightmare is starting a sentence that he doesn't know how to finish, but that's exactly why this works.
That's true. The thing is that he needs more. I think he's like me. I'm not gonna lie. That's literally my style, basically. But it needs more improvement. It needs more. You could tell right there he's more analytical, and yeah. Let's see.
You're a smart guy. You're an analytical guy. You talk for a living. You can speak to business executives without a second thought about things you barely understand. There's no reason you can't finish your own sentences, okay? If you truly want to become socially free and confident, you need to trust yourself, trust your own brain. Start that sentence without knowing where it's going to go and believe in yourself and just keep talking, okay? Off to number 4. Technique number 4,
That's true. In the moment, yeah, just keep talking, whatever. And then when you have the game footage or your gameplay, that's when you start analyzing and maybe improve whatever this aspect and this aspect or whatever, right? But during that moment, whatever, you got to go based off what you trained for, or based off, during you got to be present in the moment. You can't be analyzing what I did wrong, and you got to keep going. And we know that with doing more practice, more reps, you get better. So just have a positive mindset.
Improvised questions. Now, this is slightly different than improvised statements, and also different than the regular questions that you're used to asking. Okay, so instead of just trying to use some kind of script, go interview mode, be boring, you're actually going to go deeper on something that she says to you. Okay, so for example, let's say a girl says that she's a nurse. Maybe your next logical question in your interview mode is, what hospital do you work at? But why do that when you can make a random improvised question? Something like,
I'll say like, she says she's a nurse. I'm like, really? So how much people have you killed today? Because I saw this one statistic that said that the third most leading cause of deaths were nurses. And I'm just saying right now, you gotta promise me. If I go to the if I go to your hospital, and you're the nurse, promise me that you're not gonna inject me with some lethal stuff and make me die there and claim all my estate. Guys, I just made that shit up. I don't know if that was good or not, but it was different and interesting, at least intriguing.
oh, so are you really nurturing, or are you more of like a toxic nurse? Now,
Okay, that's pretty good too. That's more better too. But you get what I'm saying. Make it interesting.
look, it doesn't necessarily need to make sense. I think we've
Even I didn't make sense, or somewhat.
gotten to that point now where you understand that. The whole point is that you're trying to derive something interesting from what she's giving you, okay? You're trying to find a jump off point to further conversation and make the conversation more interesting.
I'm not gonna lie, I kickbox
You
for
kickbox?
a living.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm like, really? I'm like, really? Let me see that kick. You gotta kick me right here, and then right here in my head too. I want to see the kick. Is your friend still a kickboxer? So you're the one that defends the whole group. Is if a random person wants to rob you, you're like, oh yeah, ka. Matter of fact, I'm actually know kung fu. Actually trained in China. They actually call me the kung fu master, the drunken master. Like, I do moves like this, and then he starts showing you like your moves, like the drunken master, like the Jackie Chan movie. Like, what the fuck, bro? First thing that popped in my mind like that. That's what I was thinking. And then you get her laughing and doing something activity to try to kick you and trying to show her skills. You have her amused, whatever. You have her somewhat not amused, whatever, but but who cares, right? You might get her involved, but these two are definitely interested. But let's see what he does.
So like,
She making this shit up.
no, I'm not.
She's making this shit up. Yeah. Okay, it's all right. It's all right. That's negging. He's using the neg theory.
I'm not.
She's not.
My coworkers are fucking beating the shit out of fucking.
Really?
You can eat.
He's being too nonchalant.
Get a lettuce wrap.
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes we as people, we see the third view perspective, but once we're there, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes we kind of mess up. So I'll be like more relaxed on him, but sometimes in person, like, you don't know what to say. Like, oh shit, like, not being present, or you still need more practice. Over time, you'll be like confident, like third person.
Like, fuck off. Get
Fuck
a
it,
booty.
right?
Fuck.
So wait, hold on.
He messed up. Listen.
Like,
Okay.
you can eat.
Wait.
Fucking beating the shit out of fucking.
Really?
You can eat. Get a lettuce wrap. Like, fuck off.
Do you think she would kick my ass?
Fuck it, right?
Fuck.
So wait, hold on. Do you think she would kick my ass? That's the
Yes,
question.
I would kick your ass.
You kick my.
This is not really good, because I think she was okay. What's happening is she was interested on him talking, and she was doing her stuff. He didn't communicate that he was really paying attention or really didn't care about her kickboxing. She found this offended. She kept talking, and she barely realized, like, he's not he's not actually paying attention to me, like, you know, but in a bad way, right? It's like he doesn't really care. So that's why she said fuck off, you know, and change your mind right there. And wait, let me go back for a little bit.
So wait, hold on. Do you think she would kick my ass? That's the question.
This, like, do you think she will kick my ass? This is not. I don't know about this improvised question, because now you're kind of assaulting her. Like, yeah, you think you kick my ass, but it doesn't sound like as playfulness. It sounds kind of serious. Like, nah, you can't do it. Like, you know, she
would kick your ass.
You kick my ass?
I could right now.
The key here.
Right now, you know what I'll do right there.
She would kick my ass. That's the question.
Okay, when he said, "Do you think you know, you will kick my ass?" Right? She found it kind of offensive. I'm not gonna lie.
I would kick your ass.
You kick my.
Because, you know, of course, he's nonchalant. It looks like she thinks that he doesn't care or doesn't listen to her and all this other stuff, right? And maybe he's just making fun of her, right? Because all the body language and the tone, right, indicates, right?
Ass.
I could right
It's like, I could. And then this friend now is engaged, whatever, right?
now.
Like, right now. What I would do in that moment, if I knew she was not interested, I would just go straight to the friend and start having a playful banter to the friend, because she's positive. Once I start having playful banter with
You think she would kick my ass? That's
once start having playful banter with her, she's not gonna realize, oh yeah, never mind, I was like thinking wrong. Like, she's gonna change her mind to more positive, you know?
question.
I would kick your ass.
You kick my ass?
I could right now.
The key here is curiosity, okay? Not performed curiosity.
Bro, it's so funny because he acts so serious. Like, this, the thing is curiosity. And I just saw, like, the gameplay that he just did right there. I'm like, could have been better. I think he fumbled, I'm not gonna lie.
But genuine curiosity. The truth is that we all want to feel seen. You want to feel seen. I want to feel seen. Fucking everyone wants to feel.
That's true. Everyone wants to feel seen. But in that interaction, it didn't feel like she was actually being seen. So that's why she said fuck off.
Feel seen. But that's the issue. When you're asking girls monotonous, random, robotic questions that are just part of a script for you to actually get a number, she can feel it. She can feel that you're just there for one reason. She can feel that you're not genuinely curious about her, and that repels her, okay? You want to actually ask questions from a curious frame, not from a taking frame. Give. So those are the 4 conversational techniques: observations, assumptions, improvised statements, and improvised questions. Now here's the caveat that I need to disclose to you. None of this matters if you're not present. The prerequisite to making any of these techniques work is being present and comfortable in your own skin. If you're not present, how are you going to be able to see and make observations?
Okay, that's true, being present. And the thing is, the journey to be more present is to actually go there, even though you're not prepared to fail, because every failure gives you a better opportunity to be more present. So that's why I have that mentality. Like, if something goes wrong, like, it doesn't matter. Like it's a learning experience. Like, okay, like, I'm actually happy if the things don't go my way. Actually, you have to actually believe it too, because it sets you up to be more present. And later on, next you know it, you're present. You know, you're like, the things that you learn, it becomes subconsciously, and next you know, like, you know, you're getting girls' numbers. But that's not the angle. The angle is like, you just keep learning and keep doing it. And you don't need to be perfect to start code approaching. You just gotta go, you know. And even though you fail, whatever, just keep doing it. And after, when you're done and whatever, you're trying to get more better, you watch these videos to improve, and you try again. You could try with some buddies to be, I guess, more interesting, more effective. But yeah, guys, that's the end of the video. We did a breakdown. I did give some solid advice, some solid lines that just popped up in my mind during the video. He's decent. This guy, I think he's kind of my style, but I think he needs more. I don't know. He needs more practice. He's saying the right words. I'm not gonna lie, but I guess he just needs more practice and more code approaching, I guess you could say. He didn't, and the thing is that he didn't show what happened at the end of the code approach. So I'm pretty curious about all the code approaches that he did, and how it actually went. If he actually got the number, that's important thing too. But yeah, thanks for watching the video, and I'm gonna be start making doing more breakdown videos like this, like 40 minutes or 50 minutes or 60 minutes. So because I like doing breakdown videos like this. So yeah guys, and see you guys in the next one. Peace out.